Welcome, everybody. Welcome to BeoTalk 200. Before I start spilling all over myself.
Oh shit!
How the hell did we get here?
I can tell you that we had a lot of things that didn't work.
That is correct. Thank you, B&O, for giving us shit to talk about when you don't release things.
Cheers to another 100.
Yeah, well, hopefully they'll be quieter. I hope also in the next 100 will all be different places. Well, except for Eric, basically, because your house is just fixed.
That's be done, yeah.
Should I forgot my coffee?
Where's the tie? Have you not realized that we never ever prepare anything properly? So there's no tie because we don't prepare properly.
I packed my.
I have a pocket square if that makes a difference.
My ties are packed. That's what's sad. I packed everything's gone, man. This is the last episode from this apartment. That's basically it in here. It's gonna be a different background next Sunday.
Yeah, it's gonna be the back of the Audi. with a bit much of a beard and some cans in the background and the pillow.
That's right. Little lights seeping through the crack of the trunk because I have a power bar going in.
A bottle and it's gonna be amazing.
Yeah, man.
That'll be quite something. Also, as per usual, since we're at 200, if you want anything Skinny Play, go and buy anything buy two and get 10% off. Use the link that is in chat. We get a small kickback, go straight back into shenanigans for the channel. Like and subscribe if you haven't yet already. Super chats are open if you feel like our power bills are need to be compensated for.
Paste your Bitcoin wallet into the chat.
It's fine too. I'll do just about anything now for 1 Bitcoin.
Oh God, that's funny. Yeah, 200s, man. Holy shit! I thought by now. That's why I'm disappointed. I thought by now we would actually be able to meet in person.
Yeah,
that's one thing that I don't.
We had plans for it, but stuff got in the way. For like 2 years.
The 100th was burned because that's when like the shit hit the fan, right? And then, because we had the 100th came up in April sometime when they still couldn't figure out what kind of nonsense they're gonna feed people for 2 years. And then we figured, okay, well, fuck, maybe 150th, right? And then 150th blew by. That was what, like Delta or Omicron? No.
This was Delta, right, or something?
I think like deltoids, altoids, whatever.
I don't even remember now what that was.
I just remember that
it's a fucking blur.
When we started having our students at distance, we said that it will only be this to the summer in 2020. Yeah, 2 years later. Yeah,
2 years later, 2 weeks to flatten the curve. And now we're on episode 200, and we're still. The only thing that's changed is Henrik's background, because he redid his studio out of retaining sanity.
Mine is the plane. Michael's has got more bios and stuff.
Yeah,
your stuff is just gone.
I mean, my background changes, and Will's have changed because the 90s are gone, and all the speakers that Bang & Olufsen ever made is in Mikey's apartment.
Mikey's, it's showroom now. Yeah.
I just need 12 threes now, Henrik.
They're ready for you, man.
Wow.
In case people also didn't notice, we have a Discord now, which is since BioWorld is still offline. It's good fun. It looks something like this, and there's a bunch of people already. So. Fun shenanigans. Recently, with the help of somebody else, we have a listening bot installed, meaning you can literally type in .play and then track and song, and you can listen to music together.
What? And Rick Astley comes out, never gonna give you up.
And then you push skip.
full tilt on your speakers.
Well. There was some right said Fred the other night.
That's funny.
I'm too sexy for my shirt.
I haven't heard that in a long time, and I heard it recently in a restaurant. Actually, no, did bring it up. It's a funny throwback song.
Yeah, it sure is. Yeah.
But yeah, 200 podcasts.
Yeah, I Eric and I started
Insane.
this. I don't know what we were thinking. Just
How long
mainly-
did you think would it go for? Like literally, how long did you think this was gonna go for? And after like when they noticed your speakers finally, and then I don't know.
No, I think we will do this for as long as possible. So in that sense, 200 isn't remarkable, but that we have still had stuff to talk about every week is surprising for me. But yeah, that's mostly thanks to Bang Olufsen to making it difficult for us, I would say, and releasing products that we have different opinions upon, I would say.
Bang & Olufsen
But that is over right now.
Bang & Olufsen should just keep up the good work, and then you have a podcast.
Yeah.
yeah,
And they've changed a lot. I think that they listen pretty well to what we have to say, because now we've been here for a while, and we're not going anywhere. I don't see us going anywhere. Fuck, I want to meet y'all, and it's going to be doing the podcast. So if it's going to be up to 300 or whatever, because now, I hope everybody enjoyed the 5 minutes
cool
that they had between COVID and freaking the World War III that's coming in now. So
yeah, but it's Michael and me that Michael at least started this, and Willie came along, Henry came along. We have John, we have Steve, we have many different persons on the show, and in the chat we are very much regular that comments and the whole kind of chat is just having a thing of his own.
It's a big community.
So
giveaways,
To me,
prestige
still-
creators like Holy Hell, Skinny Play.
yeah,
we have
It's
been
massive.
reaching out and people reach out to us. So it's great.
I mean, in the end, it's us four here yapping along, but it's a community effort. You can't really do it without. Like, I still remember being super happy when the first time we cracked over 10 viewers.
Yeah,
right.
that was on
I
the kind
can't
of
believe 10
all the
people
time, yeah.
watched us.
This is like, oh, this is a milestone. Like, wow, it's not just Eric and I.
No, it's not just a Skype call. This is happening.
It's almost to the point that back then that was weird, and I should put it behind a paywall or something for the real dedicated listeners.
But it's funny how when you watch like the earlier podcasts, how rookie we were too, in certain ways, right? But I guess
I
you
don't
developed
think I got
that.
more experience, nor I haven't gotten any better at English or anything. So I'm just all the same.
No, I don't think you
More
flatlining
drunk,
it.
maybe.
I think you got good in English, man, or gooder. You got gooder.
Me got gooder. Yeah, me got.
You got so much gooder.
I can actually now tell the difference between a V and a W.
I like that. V. I can say BMW, not BMW. That's the closest I came to it. Or
Yeah, but
something.
back in the day, you always said I
Video
game on
and
my
video.
Wii 1, so
Yeah.
and now it's a
Yeah,
bit more...
that's right.
V.
Yeah.
How do you say it? We.
V. It's a V.
V.
It's a
V.
V1.
Yes.
Quit.
V1.
Stop it at that wee woo shit.
It's the same. It's
A
the
Wii,
same.
a Wii is a gaming console.
Yeah,
That too.
Nintendo Wii.
As for the 200th episode, by the way, I have one of these, the golden can
Opener.
openers
The
or
golden opener.
to give away. You can. No, the light is just wrong, right? Like, I have a B&O shirt. Hold on, 2 seconds. To also give away.
It's probably gonna be for your wife. Cause is it big enough? What size is that?
This is an L. So I think this
Cool.
is most of you, hopefully.
Yeah.
So if it's for North America, then it's a small.
No, if I worked out for like 5 months solid, I could fit in this. I think it's not that tiny.
Okay, so that's good. It's like fit me then.
Yes,
But I already have a bottle opener, so I don't need the shirt.
but
No, that was fun.
so how to win it? Let's make something. Write me a DM on Discord, and as per usual, anecdote about how you found us. Funnest moment, memory.
Funniest moment would be nice, or funniest moment or something.
Why Henrik is only in Denmark seen as the best host of the show and nowhere else.
My funniest memory is when I don't know if it was Eric. You were making fun of Henrik's smart car or something with that you couldn't turn around when you're a wheelchair in that bathroom. And then Henrik said, "But in your whatever that little smart car you can." I don't remember how it was worded, but it was such a good burn. And I was literally just having a sip of bourbon. I almost shot it through my nose. It was so funny. It was such a funny burn.
Yeah. The funniest thing, or most impressive thing, combined with the most funny thing, was when Michael just decided to, nope, I'm not doing the show, or his internet at least. And Henrik and me and Will is just like, well, we're fucked. And Henrik kind of saved the day, and until Michael was like, can I join?
Yeah, that was the thing.
Send me the stream key and I'll try to get it up and running. Yeah, that was pretty crazy.
Me and Will was like, what's a stream key? I don't know.
Yeah, let's start up making a show. I actually think it was my first live show in OBS.
Yeah, wasn't it from an iPad as well or something?
No. It was from my computer, but it took me by surprise.
Yeah, so that really shows
me too, because I had internet all day up until literally 7:45 or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Sandeep, you pretty much summed up the low. Well, that's the show low part.
Sleeping, it's fucking hilarious. I'm the number one. Passing out on the Eve's chair. That thing is deadly, bro.
I don't even remember what show that was, but it so low.
I was dying. I think I drank like 3 coffees and I just couldn't even. That was fucking hilarious. I think the most mad I was on this TV, on this podcast was the Berluti. That I think pissed me off the most.
Yeah, that lasted for bloody weeks.
It's still going.
That just couldn't heal fast enough. That was one thing that really twisted my balls. Like I could just too much money, and here we go again with the 7222, which I think the cabinet is too much money.
It's all the most beautiful thing ever made. I mean, you can actually like just
see the beauty in it.
Like the prices of the unit, and you just get that rare piece of 4000C that is only made in 95 pieces.
Except for some.
Except for one
even more
that
special,
they sold on an auction, and then 30 more pieces, and I think there will be some more, but it's a very, very, very rare piece, very rare. And then you get a halo.
I wonder if the halo is finished
that probably would never rattle, because the 18s won't be able to produce that much bass to make it rattle. But I mean, beautiful, and a very, very. I mean, the price is just spot on, like spot on.
Well, for the price, you get that house that you see in.
I mean,
you get that apartment.
The cool thing is that when you open the cabinet, you can see like this small shelf, and then you have like the core. It's like a beautiful core, like
plastic. The finest of plastic.
It's the most fantastic piece of kit I've ever seen.
I wonder how the cable management is done in the cabinet. Do you in the network too, or no, to the core, right?
I think they made like a blind wall inside of it.
It has to be.
Yep.
And then there's a charger on the top as well for the Halo. I wonder if the Halo is the same finish. I would have, for that money, I would also include a subwoofer in the same finish as the 18th. And do the front face, laminate that with walnut.
For that kind of money, I would go for a JBL Synesys system. I mean,
But like
this is
say
this is just plain fucking stupid. I mean, this is
it lasted
this
19 minutes.
This is the worst thing I've ever seen, man. I mean, I was about
He
to
tried.
do a
He
video.
really tried.
I tried. I was about to do a video, and I haven't got it done yet. I'm 80% done with it. I'm not sure if I'm gonna release it or not because, I mean, I've had a few negative videos the past month, so I don't think I need more negativity. I also want some good stuff. But I mean, the title of the video is "Sell Your B&O Stocks Right Now" because this is going in the gutter. I mean, what are they doing? This is, first of all, they do the 4000C. Make sure that everyone in the whole world knows that we're only gonna make this amount of pieces, and that's it. We're never gonna do it again. Then they did one more for charity as a publicity stunt. Then they do 30 more here. So what is the limited edition? Yes, I know there's different colors and stuff, but at this price point, I mean, I wouldn't care if they did a limited edition headphones for 500 euros, but this is just plain stupidity. I mean, I can't even see it, and I can't see the whole idea behind this. I can't see the price point of this, and I think it's such a stupid move. And
I think this is for someone that is just wealthy and doesn't care and likes the look of certain objects, and they buy it for that reason.
But wouldn't you buy something else that looks better?
Like a traveling case?
Let's say a particular fan of B&O that is
sure
in the category that is able to afford it. It's the same thing, like I guess, like you're looking at the goofy ass Berluti, right? It blows my mind to this day that somebody would spend that money on it. But then again, like if you look at, it's the same thing. Like if you look at the watch industry, right? Like in the custom watches, so it's some people cannot justify for you having a little piece of metal on that tells nothing but fucking time that you spent upwards of a few $1 million on, right? Where I'm not trying to excuse the system, but I still think it's brutally overpriced based on what you are getting. If you're getting it just a la carte, if you go to the shop and just buy, okay, even if hypothetically saying you would just custom order the titanium finish on the 18s, there is no way that you would get to that price point that they are asking for this. Like, I don't know what the exclusivity of it all is. I would like to see where all wires go, because so far it's all wireless.
Quick interjection: where the exclusivity is, that's the whole issue with this, isn't it? Like, it was exclusive, one of 95, then it became one of 96, and now it's one of 126. Exactly.
And I'm pretty sure if I asked Bang & Olufsen to have an interview about this, they definitely wouldn't do it. But I'm pretty sure that they would say, well, the 95 was the first edition, then we made like this a new color and stuff. And it's just like, no, you're fucking your customers over. I mean, you tell them that it's an exclusive 95 pieces. Then they shouldn't call this, because this is still called the 4000C turntable. So this should be called the 4000 whatever
D or whatever,
or something else. It shouldn't be called the 4000C. Yeah. Now it's just, they did 95, then they did 96 as a publicity stunt, and now 30 more. I mean, That's yeah.
Oh, I
Would
don't.
it have been better if they did another turntable?
Yes.
It was more exclusive.
Then it would be fine. I mean, they could do the 4002, 4004, the
Or the
6000,
PX or
whatever.
RX. Yeah.
But just don't call it 4000C when you have the guy behind
you have
it.
done the 95.
The
There
guy
shouldn't be
behind
any
all
more,
this
yeah.
recyclement and stuff, Mats, he said in front of me, and he says, we will only do 95 pieces. Well, no, you didn't. Then you did
No.
96. And
Then
now
more.
you did 30 more. So
And
what's the next thing?
Maybe, yeah.
This, and then they overprice it. So when people need to get rid of it again, the prices is way too high. But I mean, this is just, yeah.
You remember
This is
that
something that
traveling case? How many did they do the turntable for that one? For that's also the 4000C, right? Was it 10 or 15 or?
That I don't know. The one in Harrods, I actually think
the
that was
big
just
kind of
something they
case,
put together. I don't think it's something they sell.
Maybe it was bespoke or something. But at least you get 3 records with this, or 4, or whatever it was.
Yeah, that's almost worth the price because those vinyl records are expensive. Just ask Henrik.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, this cabinet is about 18 grand or so, which is quite amazing for a small cabinet like this.
Yeah, there are some Danish furniture that are at par with the same kind of price, but yeah, still, it's expensive for what it is. It is.
Just don't call it a limited edition, please.
Well, they already priced themselves out for most of the markets, and they definitely can't do anything in Russia because now they can't sell. It's
the oligarchs
as per Steve's link here. It's you can probably just get cash, and I think the only person that really will survive from the business is the service technician because somebody's got to service all the shit that's been sold already, and you can't sell anything more.
This is only it's only for the US and the Canadian market, not only the US, but it's also for the Canadian market.
Even so, it's 45 grand.
Oh,
yeah, it's
60,000 Canadian.
You get a core.
Yeah, you get a core
and a transmitter.
If I wasn't mistaken, you could upgrade this, so you could pay 45 grand and then exchange the 18s for 28s.
Or 50s.
That would be just in America like 60 grand-ish.
Can you also trade in the
50s.
Halo with the Halo that doesn't rattle?
Probably.
That would be nice.
Put a couple more extra balls.
You better be damn sure that this fucking special edition Halo doesn't rattle.
But as the dealer told Henrik or whatever it was, you shouldn't, touch it. You shouldn't be rattling or shaking it around.
Or like walk with it, or
yeah. Just look at it.
You shouldn't put it anywhere.
Yeah.
I do like the plating on the cabinet, the middle one that is on the. It's on the the limited edition 4000C that was only done in 95 pieces. The box was the same kind of the cabinet, so that's kind of cool.
But you get
the box is big enough that you can put shit in it.
Yeah.
But now you get a little cutout for your Qi charger.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. It's a great idea.
Didn't IKEA literally come up with that not that long ago?
I was about to do a picture for tonight's show because I bought Hamilton an IKEA kitchen, and I was planning on putting a Halo on it and then the 4000 on it, and then take a picture and then call it the 73-922 Beo system, and then put a price tag on it that was like, I think two grand or something.
I still think this will sell out. I don't know to whom, but it will sell out, especially here in Canada, or in the US. I'm seeing that go
maybe
into
the thing
places.
Many high brands such do this thing that they're limited something and people go bananas for it. even though it's very overpriced. And I think Beo is just thinking we can do that too. And now they've seen what they have done with the 95 limited edition of the Beogram, and they just we make more money, and maybe it's easy for them to do.
It's not
to do
so
this.
much the limited edition; it's that you use the same name for everything.
Yes.
Yeah, but I don't like that at all. But I think just that's kind of their logic, that they do whatever else that everyone else is doing, that they're keeping up with these limited editions all the time, and people just go bananas and pay for it.
I like the idea of limited editions. I hate that every record player from here on in is limited to a 4000C.
Yeah.
They'll
That's
apparently
the only
look different, and they have different numerations on them. And
yeah, but that's the only limitation. They only do the 4000. I mean, we was waiting for so much more. Do the 9000 CD changer, do something more to this kind of old, new, but yeah.
They'll do the BeoSound 9000 and call it the BeoGram 4000C.
Yeah. Limited.
Because they have to set SEO for it.
They'll sell it for 4,000 CDs, what they'll call it.
Yeah.
They'll make it, and they'll probably do like something a little different, because they already had the white one, right? That was 1,500
They will
pieces
surely
edition.
reuse Prestige, his kind of covers or whatever, do it for it.
They are definitely going to do it in anthracite.
Maybe.
If they would, yeah.
Yeah.
Or they'll do the whole aluminum plate from like walnut or some shit.
I don't think they will do
with the clear
so much
glass.
trouble. They will go the easy way and just change the.
Yeah.
The
they'll dump it and then dump it in the
Post Nord edition.
Yeah. You'll get the Post Nord edition with the broken glass and hinges that doesn't work, and
Michael, you can sell yours.
and you get four CDs with it, so you have 2 empty slots.
Yeah. Just change out that slide you used to Post Nord edition.
Oh,
you will earn so much money. Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be so special.
I kind of like the look of this, but I would never, ever in my entire life pay that much money for this thing. It's too much.
So
maybe
Christian says the reason why the collection does not count in 95 pieces is because we could not sell the 4000C in the US due to regulation. So 30 are brought into the US, were stored in DK and sold again into the US. It's fine, but then it's not one of 95. Like the numeration on the first 95 doesn't make sense.
It's bullshit.
Mm-hmm. I just don't like the well, it's not that I don't like it.
It's not that you sell the product, it's what you name it, and part of what it is in that numerology.
And the spokesperson behind it said that we will only do 95 pieces of the 4000C. That's the problem. I do like that you do one for charity, but don't call it the 4000C. I do like that you do 30 stupid ass cabinets with some Halo core wire. Don't call it the 4000C. Call it the 4000 stupid cabinet with a Halo that rattles or something.
But the C maybe stands for cabinet, right?
Yeah. Sure.
So yes, the C has a different meaning.
So the other one was the 4000 charity.
Exactly. But the problem is that, think about if you bought one of the 4000C and one out of 95 pieces. I would hate that Bang & Olufsen screwed me over like this.
I would laugh essentially, because I only paid $10,000 to get that turntable. Where now, if I really want to have a B&O turntable, I have to spend 60,000 Canadian bloody dollars or 40,000 US and get the speakers with it and a whole bunch of other nonsense that it's just what it is. Who cares? Where you just want the turntable. So to me, that's a little nonsensical that you have to buy the entire collection. And if people will piece it out, like, well, how much more can you mark those Lab 18s up before people take your fucking temperature?
If you just want the record player more or less in the same state, you can buy a second-hand one, even in America, for, let's say, $1,000. Send it to B&O for $5,000 and they'll give you it back more or less like this. That's the upgrade kit they sell for the 4,000.
Yeah.
Well, that's one thing. But like, let's go with the B&O. What's that custom department? How much would it more? Yeah, how much would it more? How much more would it cost to make bespoke titanium 18s?
That would be expensive.
Hmm?
That would be expensive.
20
Would
to
it be
30%
18?
or so, usually.
Okay, so let's do the math on this for a second.
I think it will be 50% on top of the price.
Even if it's 50% on top of the price, there's no way that you would go.
No. This is totally
than what
full
this
retard.
cabinet is worth.
This is full retard. I mean, this is Ben Stiller going full retard.
My opinion on it is I feel bad for the dealers, because if you have to be stuck with it, then you're really stuck with it, because that's a lot of money sitting on and what, you got some dweeb come by and dent the shit, and then what? Now the cabinet.
I don't think the dealers will be stuck with it, because if you take the 4000C as an example, the dealers told all their customers about it, and they were sold before they actually got into the dealer's place.
Yeah.
So I think
that's 95.
Everybody paid for that already.
Yeah, I think the same is going to happen with this, but
yeah,
I mean, in my opinion, this is just B&O running in circles, and that's why I wanted to do the video where I said sell all your B&O stocks, because this goes haywire. I mean, why didn't they focus on? I mean, if they still think that record players, vinyl players, is that big of a deal, then they should think about, let's make a new one. Let's make one with a network link integrated. I mean, it's such an easy project to do compared to recycle. I know that there is a recycling program at Bang & Olufsen, which I do like a lot.
Yeah.
But I mean, make a newer one, make one that's cheaper, and they would be golden. I mean, it's pretty easy. I know it will. I know they would. It would take a few years to make it, but they should have seen this coming from like miles away.
I honestly
upgrade kit is €5,000.
I think they should pair up with like Project maybe, or Clear Audio, or some of those companies, collab and make a brand new turntable. Put a core circuit board in it, or the new Mozart platform at that point.
Yes.
Maybe automate the needle so you can actually skip a track like the old time shit was going on. I don't think it would be too much to ask. Like, you already have, if you don't have the drawings, then you just rebuild fucking 126 of them, bro. Like, I'm sure that you know how the pieces go together.
Yeah.
I'm sure that you could 3D print some of it. I'm sure you can make all the aluminium, because you did anyways. But I'm sure the wood is fine, whatever.
But I'm pretty sure that, as Sandeep is saying, yes, they should have done this 5 years ago. And if we should look at the time frame of Bang & Olufsen, I think that they are already on it, but they will be 5 years, maybe 10 years too late. So I think in maybe 4 years, you're going to see a vinyl player from Bang & Olufsen that they did from the ground up, and it will be overpriced.
They're basically coming to the party to see the janitor leave.
Yep, exactly. Like they did with the soundbar. Too late. Way too late.
Yeah. Like, I remember the days when you're like jerry-rigging the freaking 7.2s or 7.6s, right? Or fucking 3500 back in the day to wire it up so it plays through the TVs and whatnot and so on. And
Did you
like,
just take
guys,
a pot shot at Brian?
No, I've done it, man.
On his TV.
Fuck. No, not 3,500.
Oh, so even longer ago.
Even way back then. Like, I respect the 3,500 under the TV, because I've done that too. Because people just like, well, this is perfect, right? It's not super great sound, I guess, but it gets the point across. It's a good product for spoken word radio, in my opinion. Listen to stand-up comedy or some whatever your audiobooks. But other than that, it's nonsense. And then then the stage came out, and we still bitched about it a little bit. It doesn't connect to anything. Well, it shouldn't, but I think that should have been done before the Wi-Fi even came out as a word. You know what I mean? That's where we should have been with the. So I'm talking 2011, 2012 when the 18s came out. I think that's the era even before that they should have already had a soundbar. Maybe not packed with all these crazy ass features, just a little optical or a coax input in it, or because ARC didn't exist, right? Or instead of fucking RCAs, plug, done.
Should have
Bob's
been
your
ready
uncle.
once the V1s were out of production, really.
I 100% agree on that. They should have done it a long, long time ago. And now, like, yes, we're gonna see the janitors leave when B&O shows up with the drinks to the party. Sweet.
Don't you think
everybody?
Don't you think that also was kind of late also with the BeoLab 14, the whole kind of 5.1 system? They were kind of too late with that too. Yeah.
So I'm not being negative. I'm not being negative. It's just I'm just like coming to the realization. I think that they should have been on the turntable game a long time ago, because when the vinyl was being cool, BeoSound 8 was around and people were hooking up turntables into it. And I remember that, and that's what, 2012, maybe 13 when the BeoSound 8 came out, or even back and even more further back. I know I was working in the shop already when it came out. So anyways,
I just remember in 2015 that when I got it or something, it was very hyped to have vinyl records. So yeah, I don't know if it's still, but
I've always remembered, like, when we were doing huge systems, there was somebody that whoever sold it, they were always looking for a turntable connection into the Masterlink system, right? So you have a 9000, then you pipe it in through the preamps or whatnot. Like, it was easy to do and distribute back in the day. When now depends on what room you're in and how do you distribute it and so on and so forth. But which is fine. But I think that they missed, and it's not to hack at B&O as like, you bad B&O and all that. I think that the problem that you have, that you're missing a bus, man, and you're missing a lot of finance that could have been a lot of revenue that could have came to you.
I would have spent a lot more money with you if all that sort of stuff was available earlier.
Yeah. So that's like, I'm not disrespecting or hacking. I'm just pointing out the fact that you guys kind of slept through it, and unfortunately so. And now, I think there's been so much money missed out on it. There has been so much money missed out on it. And I think there should have been more events. I understand with the COVID fucked it all up and whatnot, but I think there should have been way more events with the 50s and the 90s, not just that one traveling pair, especially in the stores, and invite people, because I know how it was done. It was just a week and whatnot and so on. But I think that's the most under-promoted set of speakers that you guys have ever manufactured, period. For what the performance versus the value is, I don't care when they're $140,000 now. You can't put the shit together for $140,000 from other brands, no matter how you do it, even if you solder it yourself. So I think that the amount of engineering and how much research went into that speaker should be promoted more than some angry vegans with a set of freaking earpods in his bitch head, right? Like, that's
I miss the angry vegans.
You guys should communicate more. The network link, like the Masterlink used to be. Where's the little house that you have with all this little mini products were all interconnected in a little glass cabin, and people looking like, oh, what is that? How's that work? I'm like, yeah, you can just take all these products and connect them forever, and they work together forever. I think that's being missed out in my eyes.
Also,
so
in terms
that's
of
the end of my rant.
marketing, let's have a look at Instagram. So you see the new 4000C US edition, whatever we want to call it now. There's two pictures. Within now and 30 days, how many more of these promotions will we see of it? Any?
2 or 3.
No,
or 2.
I don't think so. I think
that's it.
Because if you look,
I think that's it.
If you just keep scrolling, like, when is the last time you saw any 50s or 90s, the real flagship speakers?
It's only headphones.
Just look,
They got
yeah,
that
headphones,
hipster looking Marilyn Manson, whatever, mechanical animals looking like dude over there. Oh, there's a turntable. Wow, watch that.
Yeah,
That must
that's
have been
the
when it
original
released.
4000C, or was this the,
Yeah, when
the
it
charity
released, right?
edition? I think
That
this
was
is-
the special 1 out of 1 edition.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Whoop, there it is.
It's mostly just headphones on that page now. And then
The last time
Yeah.
we saw
Bluetooth
90s was
speaker.
with Alicia Keys.
they were crooked.
Yeah.
That was quite fun.
And they butchered the piss out of it too. So as far as the install.
I'm so sorry, but it wasn't put on right. So
Mm.
Yeah.
I just like given this is a 200th episode, not to be negative about it, but I honestly think that marketing department should really rethink their strategy of what the hell are you guys promoting the most, because
they are at least
I don't
not,
know.
at least they're not
Like-
having angry people anymore, Willie.
Oh,
I mean,
for
they
sure.
came,
That's true.
they came a long way. People are happy now.
Well,
It's just
everybody's
he-
fucking high
now
on Prozac because
it
they're
just went
stuck
from
locked up at home.
it just went from happy people with the burger to happy people with the headphones.
But I just
Yeah, that's the only difference.
guys, like, you know what I mean? Cool. There's the little pop can thing, right? And then you have whatever him doing with the ear. But even like, oh god damn it. Okay,
oh,
at
now
least
it's Willie's show. Balloon.
No, I'm not. We're just gonna scroll by that.
Yeah, but
See, but-
you're totally right. I mean, why not showcase some of their bigger stuff? I mean, it still sells.
Yes.
It's still in the store.
It's the true halo of the company, the 90s and 50s. Same for the Harmony. Like, if you
That's
want to put your focus on the Harmony as a company, as the CEO said, surely we should see it every so often.
Yeah.
I mean, the
Especially-
thing is, like, this is a relatively easy fix because most of this costs nothing to post, right? Like, you have one guy pick a good picture and make sure that you tick every product at least once every 2 months, at least, if not more. Like, it's not like Instagram is charging you for the pictures you post, is it?
No.
Probably 60.
But at least don't, generate the photos yourself. So have real photos and real products.
I just like, I mean this all with the most respectful and intent that I mean good for you guys. You know what I mean? It's not that I'm hacking at this shit because there's nothing else to talk about. It's just that's where you guys are lacking. That's where the flaw is. Like, we're scrolling down and it's just nonsense after. Are we still on B&O's thing?
Yeah, this is the first time I saw some 90s other than Alicia Keys.
Okay, I thought you switched for a bit. So yeah,
And
like
when was this?
even the
how many weeks
snippets
ago?
with Jeff Martin, like his wisdom is freaking infinite when it comes to that kind of stuff. Like, anything I think would help. And a lot of that tech shit, I think that needs to be there. That needs to show how much goes into that speaker. That it's like, when I first bought them, like, I couldn't wrap my head around the fact that each speaker takes 7 days to manufacture, and they're trying to do it. They're trying to bring it down to 6.
Maybe free to
And
use
that's
this idea.
excluding.
Speaking of Jeff Martin, on Instagram, could we have like the Jeff Martin minute of the month? Like, just
Something, yeah.
ask him something for a minute, once a month.
Because
like,
because
whatever
I
he
think
comes
they-
up with is interesting. I've never heard him say anything that was
Or-
benign or like.
I think there's another good suggestion that what we could do is make a Jeff Martin thread on Discord, or ask Jeff Martin, and then B&O can pick a question if they so choose. So I think that would be something that, but
Yeah.
not like, what size are your shoes and shit. Don't fucking be stupid. But
I mean,
you know.
I asked him if he was a sushi man or a pasta man, and he was into pasta. So
I thought
So I got
you
respect
asked
for
him
him.
if he
He's
was
Canadian.
a that kind of man or a that kind of man.
But at their Instagram, I think they're trying to reach out so much to this kind of younger audience that don't really buy Bang & Olufsen except for the headphones, but still reach out to us nerds that actually buy these things, that actually like and put our hearts into it. We like the nerdy stuff that Jeff is talking about when he's explaining how stuff works and the whole kind of work behind the stuff. So we need that. We want that. Yeah.
Also, specifically, Christian, if Jeff doesn't like people, it doesn't have to be so polished. It doesn't have to have like these weird overlays and stuff. Like you don't.
Yeah,
need
but if you just think about this, I mean, Jeff is a nice person. It's probably true that he's not like a big people person, but I mean, why not do it with Christian? I mean, Christian, he could show around the Beo home. He can talk about small stuff all the time. I mean, Christian is not a people person either. He hates everyone, but I mean, he would be he's a good person that's down to earth that can actually connect with people, and he can talk about all these small stupid things that he does in the background, and it would just be interesting to hear about, like what's going on.
I agree.
I'd happily listen to you too, Christian. I know the videos are semi-hidden, but I like the ones you did with B&O. So, I mean,
you just need a normal beard, then it would be much better. Then you wouldn't look like a little schoolgirl. No, but it would be amazing. I mean, if you guys saw all these things Christian have done with the people at Bang & Olufsen in the Beo home and stuff, I mean, all these small tweaks and just and as an example, go into your home and ask Google to play a record on your 4000C. I mean, that could be a 1-minute breaker where he could just sit down and go through what you need to do this and how they did it. Not to spoiler alert anything, but just to get people's attention about this is Bang & Olufsen. We have done this for so many years, and today you can use Google to talk with our old turntables. Something like that, just a minute.
Yeah, or just talk about the mix of, the home theater, because they have so many different varieties of how to place your speaker. I mean, teach us how to best use this, because we don't really get a good explanation how to, except for Michael, who did his own video about it, but still there's not much from Bang & Olufsen to do these kind of things that they have so much knowledge about that they don't teach us. So we will happily be,
it could be it could be something like this. Welcome to the Bang & Olufsen Theater. We don't do a surround processor that is good enough, so here is the Trinuff. That could be a good video.
Yeah. No, I just think that the marketing should take a little different direction. I think the marketing should take a direction of higher end products that they manufacture and focus on a portfolio, not headphones and cash and carry stuff and what the Amazonian nonsense.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I agree.
It should.
The thing I talked with the people about last time I was at the facility was, I want to know. They talked about a guy called, was it Polish Finn? His name was Finn, I think, and he was the Polish guy. So I said, I want to know Polish Finn. I want to know about him. I want to see how he works and stuff. And then afterwards, they actually did the stories behind the people who works at Bang & Olufsen. And they are on Bang & Olufsen homepage. They are very, very hard to find. You need to look at the bottom and go into something, I think it's stories or something. But I mean, it is such a relief to see the people behind the products and actually see how much effort they put into the products as well.
Yeah.
I mean, the 28s are bloody fabulous.
Mm-hmm. I disagree with the news little slab that's cool that you started 13 Collect and B&O, but I don't think they're going downhill. I think that they're just misfocused right now. They're completely misfocused because the technology is there a lot. If you look at 28s, those are fucking amazing speakers, bar none. Like there is no argument for what they are and how small they are.
Ever done, yeah.
It's almost illogical how they sound.
It's a little bit weird.
But they're focusing their marketing on the cheapest products that they manufacture. So you are by nature addressing the wrong crowd, because you're not like, I don't look at fucking headphones. I'm sorry, I don't. I bought the Portals. Boo-hoo. I would never own them if I wasn't for the podcast and I wanted something that actually works, okay? But I don't look at every day and like, oh, what do you think about the E28s and ear sets, eyes, and whatever the heck they are? I could care less. Do you know what I care about? How the fuck the 90s sound? If the new software update, do I need to retune them? Because, you know, I've had them for so long and the drivers and blah, blah, and they're so accurate that you can fucking actually hear it. That's what I'm focused at. I'm focused at the new TVs. I'm focused at how that ties in together. And I'm focused on the software of it all to see if I can actually utilize it within my old school environment, I guess, if you could call it, for the new generation of the Mozart platform. And that's, I think, where B&O should focus mainly.
I agree.
That's it. So
I totally agree. Especially with the point that I couldn't care less about the headphones.
Yes. We're not headphone guys, man.
Nope.
You have lost count how many shape tiles he's got in the house. That's the kind of guy he is, right?
I'm a shape kind of guy.
Yeah.
I don't even mind personally. Like, I'm not full on into headphones. I do like B&O headphones, but the focus is so over the top on headphones and headphones only that the last few weeks, I don't know when it exactly started, but the joke has started to pop up, like the headphone company sold another set of speakers.
It's almost that, yeah.
That's terrible.
I was
That's
actually
terrible
I
as a
was
joke,
I was
man.
thinking about doing like this once a day post on the Danish forum where it says, do you guys know any brand that sells good headphones? And just as a question every day. Because I mean it's only about headphones today.
Yeah.
Bang & Olufsen is a headphone company at the moment.
But I also think that that's a generational problem, because a lot of people are quite content with the fact that they just have headphones and they hunch over their phone and watch Netflix on it.
Sure. That's true.
I've seen that a lot. Especially like the younger crowd when I was working at Audi, sitting in the fucking turn off the light in the goddamn lunchroom and they sitting there with the phone in front of their face with the goddamn headphones on.
Yeah.
Completely oblivious, right? So I understand, but at the end of the day, that's a very long-term bet / proposition that person will end up successful enough in their life to buy a fucking set of not headphones, but a set of speakers from you. You need to focus people, I guess, in not just engineering.
Is it only me where Willie's headphones cuts out?
No.
Is it a Bang & Olufsen headset you have, Willie?
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
Do you have a Sony headset, something you can put on?
No, I don't.
Something that works.
This is it, bro.
It's just cutting out sometimes.
But if we look at the simple Instagram marketing, right? I know they sell a buttload of headphones, but if you look at what the sort of Halo products are, it's H95s. Like if people don't go to your homepage and don't scroll for like a few pages, they would never see you make any speakers.
They will just go through the headphones and just, why are these double the price than the rest? It looks like the same. So yeah, people will just assume that buy the regular ones instead.
I mean,
so,
if the BeoSound A9 isn't part of it, the first B&O speakers you actually see is with the Alicia Keys things, and that's 17 weeks ago.
Where is the speaker? I can't.
And it's the third speaker in. It's the third speaker in.
I can see a Ferrari, but that's it. So that's not on the post. Let's find the picture where there's actually a speaker on TV.
Yeah, the first one.
On the post.
Yeah. Oh, Michael's first comment is,
But you kind of have
go back.
the way this is framed, it's about her, it's not about the speakers. It's tangential.
But the next one is kind of the speaker.
It's 18 weeks ago.
Yeah, and that's the same with the next one.
Yeah.
That's kind of
She should have been touching the speaker instead of reading a fucking book. That's what I'm thinking.
So that's
you know what I mean? Like press a my button on it or something. Pretend, stupid. Just sit there with the book.
The last time we saw speakers on Instagram is 4.5 months ago.
And they're not even turned on, right?
No.
Fucking, that's why I don't drink bourbon at lunch anymore. Piss me off, man. It's a good bourbon too. Nathan, if you're watching, I'm sucking back the last of the oceans that I had. It's a good shit.
But
I'll
I
leave
mean
some- I'll leave a shot
that
for
is
you,
a
bro.
problem, right? It's a problem that they only talk about headphones at the moment.
Well, yeah, like look how far down you scrolled. Like I don't even scroll. If I find a hot chick on Instagram, I don't even go that far down her profile to see all her duck face pictures, right? You just go through a couple sweet, okay, good for you. Yeah, because there's only so many angles that she's got that they're good. And, it's the same thing with this. Like, how far down do you got to scroll in order to just see a set of something that they actually can make money off of?
Willie, just to give you a funny game to play, when you find this girl to see the duck faces and stuff, you need to go all the way to the first picture and then see how her eyebrows go up and down, up and down,
Make
up
a time
and down in
lapse.
pictures. Then sometimes they're up here, like she's like very, very, whoa, this is crazy, and then
Very
they're
surprised.
down here, and
That's not usually the only thing that changes height, though.
nah, that's true, but it's just it's
Right.
very,
Well, they
very
buy-
funny because
They can
the
buy some
drawing
bolt-ons, right?
of the eyebrow is just now it's up here, now it's down here, and it's very funny.
I'm very sad.
Yeah, sad duck. Funny duck. Frustrated duck.
But I mean, if we look at, I don't know, Porsche, Ferrari, in the VW group with Bugatti and whatnot, like there's a reason Top Gear goes crazy when nobody can bloody buy the cars, because it's like, ooh, well, anything of that brand is good enough.
But think about if you go into Porsche Instagram, are they only showing off how many bags they can sell?
Are they only showing
Bags
off the tires and wheels of the car?
And shoes and hats and jackets,
the
or are they actually showing off cars?
Right.
Let's
in
go
the first six, you have the race team, the Halo electric car.
They
do
have
a little bit of swag.
I do have a muck.
But that's probably the latest post, and it's probably going to be replaced by something within the next few days. Depends on how fast they post. But it's not going to be just some cheeseball picture that somebody did on a fucking Illustrator. Because that's what B&O's doing. I could mock that stuff up, man, for God's sakes. But the pirated software on our old laptop. It's sad. But yeah, like this is they're focused on what the brand actually is. Yeah, there's a dude walking, but there's a goddamn Porsche behind his ass. Every picture is a Porsche behind it.
Arigato, Mr. Roboto.
Oh yeah.
But
I don't know.
I mean, they have a lot of very high-end stuff, and then their normal stuff, and it's hardly ever about the bags. They had a mug, but that's the only picture of a bloody mug I've seen for a while.
It should have been just Boxster, Cayman Boxster, Turbo S in third. Great picture.
That's cool, man. The brake caliper book holders, that's sick. I like that.
Yep, I do too.
That is cool, bro. That is cool.
Wow.
But
what a simple idea, right?
But what a small brake disc.
That's for Boxster.
It's probably
a rear brake
for a woman-sized Porsche, like a Boxster or something.
That's right.
Yeah, the rear ones. Non-S.
But they have no ass?
Yeah.
What?
No S. No ass. No
I mean,
ass.
Let's get some more likes. There's 76 watching. Let's pump this up a little bit. It's our 200s, for God's sakes. Gotta beg you all the time. Let's do it.
I mean,
let's get some.
I know
it's
it's
thumbs
a
up.
fucking joke, but let's see how B&O compares to Bose. And
ooh, that's gonna hurt.
yeah, where B&O and Bose are exactly the same at the moment.
Headphones.
Yes.
But I mean, Bose doesn't do TVs. Bose doesn't do big speakers. They
don't have $100,000
sound
speakers.
bars, right?
Yeah, but
That's
how could you
right.
tell
Their
from their
main focus is-
Instagram?
Oh no,
Right.
you can't.
It's look the same.
Yes, it's exactly the
completely
same
different.
I would
company.
say that Bose are more sporty than B&O.
I hope people in marketing are watching. I swear to Christ, man. And if not, just somebody clip these few snippets of our podcast and send it to the marketing team, because somebody needs to wake up and smell the coffee, for God's sake.
Check
man.
out Bowers and Wilkins. I mean, at least they do speakers
Since we're going down
Big
the hall,
ones.
down the gutter.
and headphones. See,
They also have an Explorer and an A1. That's pretty cool.
Bowers and Wilkins doesn't do TVs, but they have TVs in the first 2 posts.
But they're showing the soundbar, right?
Yeah.
Why doesn't B&O show it with an LG TV and stuff? Like, they showed it maybe twice, and then it goes back to the happy vegans.
They
now,
don't
the
show it
sedated
because it
people.
has the LG in the picture then. Just like as a dealer
here's a
on
little
your
bit more focus
Here.
on your
fix this
dealer
mic
Instagram,
problem.
you're not supposed to show Apple products and that sort of thing. It's insanely stupid.
They also have car audio on the page.
Yeah, Olufsen hasn't done that in like 3 or 4 years or something, except for the BeoPlay Ford stuff. But but here you see their kind of main big product.
I love
Diamond
that
series
Diamond
of-
series. I mean, I just love it.
And the bashing, I got just mentioning the name once. Oh,
I mean,
Would that-
No. That was those plastic things.
it's such.
It
a
wasn't the
sexy-
Diamond series. I don't think it was. It was those mini plasticky
I like them
ones.
too. I like them too.
That Diamond series right there is such a. It's so sexy.
Because I've never hated these.
That is actually how the Lab 5s, the first Diamond series, was tweaked. The sound of the Diamond series was, I think it was 802 or 800. That was how that was the benchmark for the Lab 5s.
I can imagine. Because
It was.
I auditioned these versus the 50s. I thought the 50s were better, but only slightly. It wasn't an enormous difference.
No,
But the biggest difference was in the versatility of 50s, and you don't need like stacks of amps and stuff next to it.
I've actually thought about this. I've a lot, because that's also why I wanted to do the video. Let's sell all the stocks, because I mean they're just they're doing the same old thing every day. I mean, they don't progressive much, in my opinion, at the moment. So I was actually thinking about buying a pair of Diamond series and then put the amps in here, because I mean, I also have the Apple TV in here. I have the Xbox in here. I have everything in here.
Nice
So
warm room.
it is a warm room when everything is running, yes. But I've been torn about this a lot, because I think they are so sexy, and the price of them is very fair.
I mean, Beano should do something like this. Go to your dealers. Like,
Yep.
this isn't even a specific dealer. This is just because, like, Bowers and Wilkins is about music in the end. They're the device for actually listening to what you love. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't get it. Like, be more Bowers and Wilkins than Bose, please. Surely that's not too hard to do, and that's not too much to ask, I think. Let's see what Focal is doing.
Le French.
I mean,
But-
be Focal in terms of marketing. Bloody hell. Just cheat. Willie, you're muted, I think. Or did everybody else mute?
Nope. It's
Am I there now?
Yeah,
Yep.
you know, yeah.
back.
Yeah.
Sweet boobies. So why not? Like, you have a huge platform also with the automotive industry as well. Why not cross promote with Audi? Lamborghini, the Urus, has beautiful grills on the speakers.
Have
Like,
you
show
heard
some of these
Have you
things.
heard the sound system in the Euros?
No,
It sucks.
does it?
Yeah, it's very, very bad.
You
That-
don't have to tell them that in the app.
That's
I
depressing.
mean, I was listening to
Yeah, just cut Eric out of it.
I was listening
Eric,
to the Euros. because we had it at the BOTF Summit, VIP Summit.
Yeah, so yeah.
And then I sat in an old E-Class Mercedes after that, with not even the Burmeister system, but just the Harman Kardon system, and that sounded better than the Urus. I was just like, that sucks.
Although in the Bentley Flying Spur, maybe the same in Continental GT and all that, but the Berghosen is the middle class or middle second-hand grade is best. You know, the name is the best, but still the Berghosen there is superb and perfectly suited for the cars and all that. So maybe something for that kind of person who wants to buy Berghosen to here's what we do for cars. Here's the BLR 90s or 50s. They would go hand in hand very well, I guess, in the post. So yeah.
David earlier told me to look up these people, radiogram.dk.
How much is the system? I just want to know the price tag on this, if there is one. This is actually beautiful.
I mean,
why is there an Essence remote on the top?
It's a BLM 90s in the background, so yeah.
I mean, isn't this a...
Oh yeah, look at that. Insane.
Oh yeah.
So what, does it have the freaking core in it? It's got it. There's an Essence remote.
JSON 2 and everything, yeah.
Some of my bish. So somebody already did what B&O did. They just
maybe
went and like,
cheaper,
we're gonna times 3 times more, at least.
I don't know. Does it? I can't see a price. This.
What about it's got inside? Probably set up 17s or something just to blow your mind. That wouldn't be a bad idea.
Or something on par sounding.
Is there a price on it?
No, I can't see one.
I like how they just.
It would be so cool if it was just like something $7,000 US.
Even if it's 10, it's not insulting.
Be so funky.
10 grand wouldn't be that bad. It has some B&O amp inside. Yeah, maybe.
Something around 5, maybe. Would it be?
I don't think you can fit that.
Oh, I found the price. It's in British pounds. It's 12,995.
Oh, so that's still reasonable.
It's expensive.
It's reasonable comparatively to
a third. Well, 60% less than the B&O version of this.
Yeah. But what speakers do you get? Do you get a
BeoLab mystery ones?
Do you get network link in it? Do you get a halo that rattles, or
there's no halo? There is an Essence remote, which is rock.
So it's still not cheap. I mean,
it's a frequency range of 30 to 25,000 hertz, which is broader than 18s.
Yeah, but that could just be the. We have a company here in Denmark that does like these shelf things that have speakers in it. So that will be just one of those cabinet. That's, I think, 10. That's £1,000, and then there is the record player that is around £300 to £400. Then you need a network link converter, so that's a core. That's £1,000. No, £700.
700, yeah.
Something like that.
It almost sounds like there's a core in this, because it says it has internet streaming, TuneIn, radio, Spotify, Deezer, Tidal.
You could do this yourself for much cheaper.
Yeah, but still,
like a lot cheaper.
As you are proud Dane, call them up during the weekend.
Available with Lin DS, name, Sonos, Blue Sound, and B&O multi-room capability.
Yeah, so it will come with a core.
Yeah,
they're gonna have a core inside.
Yeah. But I mean, why not then just buy a pair of 28s and then a record player with line in? Wouldn't that be a better deal?
Decent preamp and good needle, and you're set, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a better deal. You have VISA connectivity. You have the built-in my buttons, and in my opinion, that's a better deal.
Apparently, it's Beolink passive inside.
No, I don't think that's a troll, man. There's no way they would put a fucking passive kit inside
Nope.
it. I think it's got the BOAMP 2 inside it,
Yep. I agree.
which would be another $950 on top.
Yeah,
US.
but it makes more sense to buy a pair of 28s.
Oh yeah.
Oh, indeed, by far. But if you are somebody that likes furniture and stuff, that's something for you, right? And it's all
Yeah, but
gimmicky and
Yeah.
on the other hand, if you're a person that likes furniture, would you buy that stupid looking cabinet?
well, there's stupid people everywhere, bro.
I mean, wouldn't you buy something from a designer or something that doesn't look like this? I mean, it looks like two old passive speakers and then a stupid cabinet.
Not everybody's blessed with taste, my friend.
Dude, there's some pretty.
It looks like
expensive
something
stuff
that-
looks like this.
They took
Without
out
this
the
stuff
piano
inside.
out of it.
Well,
No, they
this is
replaced
literally what B&O sold in the late 60s, early 70s, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
we're
and
not
this is
in the late
nothing compared
60s.
to others.
I know, but people are going back to the style
Yeah.
again.
Huh. I don't like it.
There,
It's not
The
my
biggest
style either,
furniture-
but I see a lot of people going that way.
yeah.
Henrik not liking anything today. I like it. Well, you know what? It's this is a tough topic, bro. Like this is something that if it had more lacquer on it is what I would have been pulling out of my grandparents' place.
Yeah, and you would have
That's-
got moving people to move it around because it will weigh like a bitch.
It would go straight to garbage.
Yep.
It would probably
sorry,
look good,
like, I
better because it would be in Jacaranda pallet sander or teak or something
I
better than
mean-
oak.
I don't know. Retro is cool now, so you can't really judge, right? Because retro's in. People like it. Good for you. Fucking good for you, man. Take it, lacquer it, oil it, whatever you want to do with it. I'm not gonna own it, and I'm sure as hell not gonna own that crazy titanium B&O 7222 nonsense edition. Because I ain't like that. It's too much money for what it is.
I mean,
But it
do,
looks cool.
do you guys remember the Paragon? Do
No.
you know the
No.
JBL Paragon?
Michael Fisher.
I
Yeah.
mean, now that's a speaker. And that
Yeah.
is something that I would go for if I needed a stupid cabinet or something.
Yeah.
Because I've actually heard and listened to the Paragon, and that's
dun,
that's
dun. And the slow
something
reveal of
totally-
getting your face.
Oh, what is that? That's a speaker?
yes,
Yeah. I
Oh
remember
my
that, yeah.
god. Is that the stereo? Like, is this one speaker or
it's
two
one
speakers?
speaker with a stereo perspective, and it sounds crazy amazing.
But it looks
No,
Like
no,
the-
Mikey. The picture you have there is like a home built one. You need the
There we go.
one in. Yeah, there you go.
Okay, Walmart there, yeah.
It's so cool.
I don't know.
I guess if we're moving to Florida, this is very Miami Vice type style.
It is.
It is very.
I would never own it.
furniture Stuff.
It looks funky, but I don't think I would have. To me, it reminds me of a fucking bar.
Yeah, but I mean, if we're talking about a cabinet, then you should have the room for a big monstro thing that you can place somewhere. And this looks equally as stupid as the one we just saw.
You can't be more right. This actually, I think, tops it a bit though.
And I think this sounds better. I'll bet you it sounds better.
Can agree that it will sound better, but yeah.
So they're
still here. You have
shooting
to have
this way.
amps and
The
all that
drivers
stuff.
are actually shooting cross from one another.
Yeah.
So left is playing to the right and right is playing to the left.
No, I think they're when you still have the stereo perspective, but it fires in and then out.
Oh man, that's too much pixie dust for me. Too much pixie dust going on. I don't know. That sounds almost like the acoustic reflective system from Dr. Bose. But chunk out on your keyboard, fucking A. But yeah, I think that B&O should reevaluate their marketing department. They've done an amazing job on software. I will give them credit there because over the last year and we've been at this podcast now for ridiculous 4 years. The curve is going up like the Bitcoin was.
Oh,
You know,
it's
there's
so
a-
much better than when we started. It's
There's a-
unreal.
There's a dip here and there on the new products. You know, the that
Still
happens. Like,
nothing. I mean, again, when Michael and I bought the Eclipse TV, it took a year for software to work properly.
bro, I
Now
was on the same.
Maybe it's, yeah.
When I got the
Now it-
well, not even the Eclipse. Let's roll back to the Horizon and the freaking BeoVision 14 and the Avant second generation. That was a disaster. Like,
That was a disaster.
going
disaster
through
all-
that and you know, like having the Eclipse, sometimes you gotta press the magic button on the south center to pair your Beo Remote 1 back into it so you can turn the damn thing on. That was a little hanky. But then I don't know what happened. We bitched and complained and moaned. And yes, it is, I guess, to a negative side of it all. But then the curve started to rise up in quality of the software being released. And I think now, like even with the Halo, you know, I'm glad that they listened where they didn't just release it as complete bare bones, even though it kind of was. And I think that's also damaging to you marketing wise, because now you're asking me to buy $1,000 remote that controls only music, not a TV. But in the same token, that thing has capabilities to control the whole fucking house if it was presented properly with the gateway, right? Like those are the things that I think the marketing department's problem is that they do not live with the product. They live with the cash and carry product. They don't live with what we live with, where it's an everyday constant that, yes, I turn on the TV, there's a presentation to it when the harmony opens, or, you know, my Avant would rotate around, drop the speakers down, you know, and there's a completely different factor in life when you have B&O around you and it all works together, right?
That is the main issue, and for the same reason, the support department shared or replied to my question with a reply to
Your own link.
my own link to my own YouTube channel. That's because they don't live with it. They don't know anything about the product.
Go help yourself.
I mean, and the worst thing is that what I see every freaking day on the Danish forum is that they ask if have you noted B&O with the problem that you're having right now? And everybody's just like, no, I haven't. I want to ask here first because people here actually know what they're talking about. And if I notice B&O about it, they will come back with so many questions that I really don't have the time to answer for. Because they come in with more questions. They have one question and then they get tons of questions in return. And then I mean, it's like going into Inception.
But yeah, I don't know. I would that's I think the core problem, that you just it is hard to sell when you don't live with it. Like,
Also,
when I was-
partially that's why the Discord is for. Since BeoWorld was out, BeoWorld was a good place to do it if you didn't want to do Facebook. But
Yeah.
since they're still out and will be out for a long time, it seems, come join our Discord. There's how many people do we have? We have 113 people already, and every day is B&O, and everybody knows a little bit about something. We have networking sections and speaker-specific sections, wanted and for sale items, or if you just want to browse some photos. Also, if you want to win some gold, you have to DM me on the Discord, or if you want to win the sweater, DM me on Discord.
Max is a good point. Although massive channels have massive audience, if Unbox Therapy did a video on 28, B&O would sell more than from a few Instagram photos. I completely agree with that. But the problem with that is that what B&O sees is the fact that they got to give these speakers to them, I think. And another thing
Especially
is,
you have
I
to
don't
pay
think,
them.
or that, because they're big now. But also, I don't think that they would do the 28s in that fashion, because it's not something that you, as the client, should be putting together. That is something that, you know, like you would have an installer set it up. They're in Toronto, and there's no more a B&O shop there. I'd fucking.
But isn't that the
I'd
problem
fly
in
out.
all of North America? Like, if you live anywhere other than on the coast, like you can't get anybody to do it, really.
Well, right now there is, if you're talking legit stores, there is Vancouver and then there's Montreal.
How far are them apart?
3,000 kilometers ish.
Fucking more than that. It's across the entire country. God damn it. One is on the East Coast, one is on the West Coast. Whatever the width between that is, draw a line. 4 fucking
Big
days
ass
of driving.
difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's one in
Was it
Saskatchewan.
Montreal to Toronto, or was it
Montreal to Vancouver. Let's pull up a map and see.
I have to agree with you, saying deep on this. I do see where Max is going with the 28s on unbox therapy and on LTT and whatever. But I have to agree with saying deep. This market that we're in and the specific product that we're talking about is very, very niche. And if LTT or Unbox Therapy would do something with the 28, people would hack down the prices. It wouldn't be about the speakers anymore. It would only be about the price point of this. And
Okay,
I mean,
do it through Canada. Don't, because I'm unvaccinated.
Unbox Therapy has a very good relationship with Bose and LG, but I think that it's more that it wouldn't. I don't think it would be the best marketing strategy from Bang & Olufsen to do it that way. I do understand that they will get out to a lot of people. They will get out to a lot of people, and I think maybe the BeoPlay series with the headphones would be the good idea because it will get a publicity stunt. But I don't think that either the turntable, the 4000C, the 28s, the 5090s, whatever, I don't think that would benefit themselves.
No, the level and balance, that's stage. That's kind of the limit for what he should review and unbox.
It's very, very specific.
Mm-hmm.
Andrew Robinson, 200,000 people. If B&O gets, they sent him, fortunately, a set of 28s, and he loved them. Why not send him a pair of 50s for a month
50s.
or whatever?
50s, 18s, whatever, yeah.
Just ruin his life.
I mean, to put it this way, if B&O were to send Unbox Therapy a set of 28s, right, and B&O got 0.1% of sales through that, they'd go mad because they couldn't keep up with that many speaker sales.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean,
but isn't that a good problem to have?
Sure, but how many customers will say, hell no, I'm not waiting a year? I mean, it's already...
I mean, the funny thing is that they can't even keep up with our small YouTube channels to actually provide the people that if... I could sell products through my YouTube channel, and I'm pretty sure that I know that a lot of people have bought products that I review on my channel, and B&O can't even keep up with that. So if Andrew would do the same, that would be a big issue. But Andrew, as Sandy was saying, he is probably a better guy to do it than LTT or Unbox Therapy because he's talking about hi-fi. He's talking about speakers.
That's right.
The other guys is talking about RAID 5, RAID 0, SHR, Synologies, gaming headset, response on picture response on the screen, and Unbox Therapy is opening every iPhone that ever got sent it out. It's not the right place to okay, let's open every BeoLab 28. Here we have the wooden lamellars. Here we have, they sent us the wrong piece again. This won't update. Don't do it. It will be a crazy, crazy thing. It's not the right YouTube channels to do it.
No.
Yeah, I agree.
I personally really like the Andrew Robinson channel as well. The way it's videographer or videographically done. It's much more about the product.
His wife. Yeah.
And I'm not saying I'm right here, but I do have a bachelor degree in marketing, so I don't think that those two YouTube channels are the right place to go.
Yeah, I agree.
It's funny because I also have a degree in business, but I don't know what I'm talking about either. Sorry. But yeah. and I haven't been in the business, so I wouldn't know
I have a
anything about
degree in
it.
mathematics, but yeah, I can't calculate.
But surely we
to
would
be-
know what works on
it
us.
starts to add up, doesn't it, Eric?
It doesn't add up. So I agree with Henrik here. So yeah, it doesn't add up.
But surely we know what works on us.
We like the
Yeah.
nerdiness. We like the.
But where is the
Really-
porn of the old catalogs? Okay, where is the porn of that? Like, because
Get
they were
those with Christmas.
product focused. They were product focused. No, I don't give a fuck about the catalogs, but just for the Instagram's
That
sake,
kind of
right?
material.
I understand.
Yeah, do that on the Instagram. Yeah. Do
Maybe
the
release
home-
a post once a week instead of like, hurling out all these, Illustrator files out there, and just do a weird picture of like remember like the Bio Center 2, like there was so many different ways that thing was photographed that over the years, right? And it just worked. It freaking worked. And I think that they should do the
Yeah.
same thing with all the rest of the products. Like,
If you're
Why
stuck
not?
for photographers, get Anders over and have him take some actual real photos instead of all these renders, please.
yeah, somebody
renders
that
are-
actually
because-
loves taking
yeah.
pictures of B&O, not, some dude spinning a freaking 3D file. What do you think? This sliding? Here, okay, I'll slide her over here. Nice, enter.
Why are they
Right.
Canadian?
I don't know.
Why would
Probably outsourced.
Who's about
The
to
pro-
lay to here?
Move a slide, slurry. They're
Hello.
not Swedish either. They're
They're
not Swedish
Norwegian.
either.
We can all agree it's Norwegians. It's all their fault.
Bastards. So, yeah, I think that
I
if,
would love that they did some, home. That they did the old things that they did in their magazine. There, they went to someone's home and see how they did their house, and often someone had old versus new how they, did it, and something new that with the cars and with the new speakers and some limited. So much more content that could be on Instagram rather than the headphones.
I think what should happen with B&O on March 7th, the entire marketing cabal should be set down in front of an office with a projector.
But yeah, look here. The first picture
and
that
this
Anders has here.
podcast should be played to them so they can hear what's wrong with all of it.
I don't
Because
see
if
many
you
people
prefer-
disagreeing with us in chat either.
Oh. But
Like,
again, look at the picture that Anders has here. That's the perfect. You can see this.
I
And
thought
bang
that was a
on
B&O
stage.
store. I didn't notice until you start scrolling down. I thought that was a B&O shop. I know it's Anders' house now, but like, okay, point
So very
taken, isn't it?
tasteful, and-
Right?
Yeah. It just works. Yeah.
Fucking guy makes an MMC Ford looking sexy, for God's sakes. Like, come on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's an awesome pick of the Halo. I like that a lot. And that, like, dude.
Looks so much better.
Yeah.
And it's not fucking rendered.
No.
It's just
It takes you a little
picture.
to figure out that's a freaking
You don't
TV in
need
there,
to.
too.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
awesome. So, and that shows the intrigue of a mechanics because you got like a whole bunch of shit in there, right? This is cool.
Yeah, like Sandeep says, send somebody over to Josh's place.
Yeah.
Although there
half
was
of us that
Berluti in that picture.
yeah, that's only an issue for Willie. B&O loves it.
What?
The Berluti
Nothing.
headphones. But
Don't.
half of us would love if a B&O photographer came down for a day.
Yeah.
My dream was always to have B&O ask me to send them the pictures of this apartment, even when I had it set up the way I had it set up, because it's a simple place, but it was beautiful, and it was
They
loaded
did
with
it.
B&O. Everywhere was
Yeah.
fucking B&O.
Early on with Instagram, they asked people if they could use their photos, and their pictures looked the best. Those for me sold Bang & Olufsen to me because then I could see how stuff would look in people's house, how it would look maybe in my house. But now they just do this computer-generated renderings, and
It's a lazy way of doing it.
weird places. Yeah,
It's a lazy way of doing it because it's really cost effective,
It
right?
is.
You just pay some fucking nerd to smoke a joint behind a building and then come in there and play on Illustrator for half a day. whatever Danish nonsense you smoke there in your Christania or whatever you get it. But
that's semi-damp tobacco.
But like Brian,
get messed up
like
on
Brian
parsley,
does,
and then
they
look
can
what
do-
happened.
Yeah, but like Brian's saying here, you could easily do like what Henrik does with his channel, that interview people, maybe more influenced people than us, but some people who actually have stuff in their home, and do like a video.
Don't give them good idea, man. That's what I do.
Yeah, shut up.
Shut up, Eric. Let them post
really
some pictures of some headphones.
That's right. That's no good.
The thing
But
is,
yeah,
I want B&O to be alive in 10 years' time.
So do I. Well, that's why we're having this discussion, because they need to wake up, man. They need to wake up. This is ridiculous.
I'm pretty sure that if they keep on going the way they're doing right now, with the only headphones and stupid cabinets, overpriced stuff, the 4000C, which was a limited edition, I think that within 5 years, it's gone.
I mean,
I don't see them going past 100 if they're going to keep it going that way, in my opinion.
Exactly. And it's a very, I mean, I hate to say this because I want them to outlive me, but the problem is that they keep on being so niche that they're trying to be right now with the 4000C, with the cabinet of the 7222 stupid thing, and with all their problems with the remote controls, with halos that rattles, and I mean, it's not, the build quality doesn't match the price anymore. So I think that if they keep on doing like they do right now, and has been doing for the past 2 years, I think that before 2030, they're out.
I wonder, Anders, how long does it take you to clean all the fucking microdust from everything before you take a picture? Because there's not this almost looks like a rendering, because there's not a speck of dust, there's not a dead fruit fly somewhere in the back. Like, there's nothing. There's not even there's nothing. Not even dandruff and shit. Like, nothing. It's awesome. No dog hair. Love it. Absolutely love it.
And it's an actual picture in somebody's actual house.
Yeah, this is where somebody actually lives. So, you plan a day before, so you not have the nice, when the light hits it perfectly, you're already ready for it. Tape it all off, so there's no dust coming in.
Looking at the weather forecast, yeah.
That's right.
But we basically went from awesome. B&O having the joke, like, how can you tell if this B&O product is a Chinese knockoff? Because the Wi-Fi works.
Yeah.
So, hey, did the headphone brand bring out another speaker? It's like...
And as a CEO, I would be utterly pissed for those statements.
Well, especially when the interviews and he says how important BeoVision is.
Yeah,
does he mean the TVs or his BeoVision as a vision for
No,
B&O?
no, TVs, specifically TVs. They're the hub of the home. And they were gonna go all in on TVs. And their relationship with LG was strong, so that is not his BeoVision.
It was the biggest thing that they needed to do at the moment, and now everything is just about headphones.
Mm-hmm.
And on another hand, I think that Prestige told me a few minutes ago that I hated everything today, so let's just keep the bitch moving. So who needs BeoPlay Portal, BeoPlay HX, BeoPlay H9i, and H95s?
That's too many headphones.
That's just stupid.
Do this.
I mean,
do this. Yeah.
Why would you buy the HX compared to the Portals? And why would you need a pair of Portals that do Xbox and another pair of Portals that do PS5? I mean, other brands can really do this. I mean, Bose can do it. Sony can do it. Sony even works with Xbox. It's just crazy, and I don't understand why you use so much effort and money on doing all these different kind of branding, packaging, different materials, colors, whatever.
Yes, I don't like it. I not that I don't like it. I don't think that's where your profit is. Your profit is in big ticket items and their integration within the environment that they're sold into. So you need to start pushing the gateway. And how did it change your life, Henrik, since you got the gateway? Positive?
It was a whole sentence in Danish there. So
I can say
I understand half of it.
The problem is that that I can't talk much about. Yes, it has
True
changed
story.
my life a lot. Like our house is just living by itself. If you do a gateway install and you don't think about it, then you've done it right. Our curtains
Yes.
goes up and down. It's interconnected with everything, the lights, the audio system. So when you go to the bathroom, it
So
automatically
it
turns on
simplified the life. It simplified the life and ease of it and convenience.
and it turns on the music when you go in to take a shower. If you take a shower, it gets a bit louder. If you go to the loo, it keeps it low. And I mean, it's pretty cool. I love
See you
the
bored with some
gateway.
of my macros and shit, eh? We talked about bathrooms long enough.
I like the gateway. I don't think that is the right path for Bang & Olufsen to talk much more about it at the moment. But I can't
why not?
say much more about that.
But why not? In my opinion, I think the gateway is an understated product as an integrator. Because
Can't comment much on that right now. Sorry.
you have lighting systems that are already in the house. So why not upsell to that, right? That's my opinion on it. Like, I love the gateway. I've been around the gateway since 2011.
I think without saying too much for the moment, I think that Chemo is way too slow to provide drivers. Their support,
I would agree.
The support is not good. I mean, if you just have standard equipment in your house, like Philips Hue, some Lintronic, whatever, and some KNX or whatever,
Radio Raw,
it's the best thing ever. And I mean, it's a macro beast, but the way the technology is going right now, I don't see a big life for the BeoLiving Intelligence, neither the BeoLiving Gateway in 1 or 2 years.
But I would disagree with you on that, because that'll still be needed to be talking to the, like, you can still, I don't even care if you have a Masterlink gateway. If you don't care for having all the smart and you have, like my mom's BeoVision 9, whatever, if she presses a button on the keypad, that macro works. That's all she gives a shit.
Yes,
right?
if you do have legacy product, yes, that's correct. But if you look into the future, I don't think that it has a place anymore.
I still would disagree on a basis that I would not buy product with built-in GA per se. So I don't have microphones, so I would still appreciate if the products were backwards compatible type of thing, that the gateway could control them, right? That's it. But I think that that's something that B&O should show. I don't know how you show it, but they've done BeoLiving Intelligence or BeoLink gateway videos back in the day of the BeoLiving on its own, right? And there was a family that was actually a real house that was filmed. And that was back when 755 was cool. So
yeah. I'm
maybe
just
we should
saying,
revisit that.
I'm just saying where you're going today, and where you the products that you need to interact with today. You don't need the chemo to hold you back anymore.
Okay.
Thank you, General.
So,
but yeah, it still depends, I guess, on how you live, like what macros you want to build and so on and so forth. Some of the stuff, I still think that the gateway does control better than the Google's environment on its own.
Yep. The funny thing is that all the people, or most of the people in Copenhagen in Denmark, who has the BeoLiving Intelligence or the BeoLiving Gateway, all of them wanted to do more. So we actually have a whole community about the Beer Living Intelligence and the Beer Living Gateway by its own, with 1,000 or a few thousand people in it. And all of them have another server that can interconnect with the Beer Living Gateway or the Beer Living Intelligence. So if you press a keypad on your Beer Remote 1, then you webhook into another service that will do the task for you. So the gateway is only a gateway for your Beer Remote 1 or your Halo to the actual automation system. And I think in the future that I don't think that the Beer Living Intelligence or the gateway has a place anymore, because everything is IP based now. It's the LG TV that has a B&O app in it. It's the sound centers. It's the cores. It's everything is IP based. So it's might as well just throw out an API of something and then throw a webhook into another system, right?
Michael, take the nines, the white nines.
Oh, I hate.
Holy shit! Thanks for the
Down,
donos, guys.
down.
Everybody's going crazy.
Thank
now,
you,
Olufsen.
Prestige. I should bend to you too.
Really appreciate it.
There we go.
Thank you for being a massive sponsor over the last, I don't know how many hundreds of podcasts, too many.
Well, 150 probably.
Yeah,
Been around for a while, guys. Good for you.
it's amazing
What is this?
stuff. It's
The picture on the Discord, yeah.
Damn,
But go back
I
to
love
the-
that floor.
yeah, I love the floor too. That's literally one of my comments on it.
I love that floor.
What happened to
Jesus
this
Christ,
TV?
It's beautiful.
I think it's like one of these. What's that company called that John also sometimes had? They make cabinets, but they also made like this walnut
Kind of stands, but yeah,
stand for a
in-
TV where you could also hang a stage on it, and the cabling was behind it. I
So
think
there's a
that-
stage and a set of nines.
yeah. So one
Yeah,
is
but the
just
nines are
regular
actually
TV,
on-
and the other one is just music listening.
Yeah, but the nines are actually on the right.
The only
level.
positive thing I can say about the nines is that they are actually more up in heights, so they would sound better than the normal ones.
Yeah.
But that's it. You don't get a penny more.
That's it. Spectral. I think it's a spectral TV stand thing.
Oh, okay. I like it. I like the nine.
I like
Yeah,
the
all-
Xbox.
We have photo
They were always my
galleries.
favorite. They're one of my favorite speaker for memories of breaking shit
But-
in my mom's house.
This one we know, but the picture that we saw earlier, then when this guy were talking about the gateway front and back. Go back to.
Yeah, I find this very commendable because he's in America, and to have your whole setup this clean with B&O, and I can't zoom in
Exactly.
here, but to have the BeoFoxes pop out right there, that's
Mhm.
Yeah.
really cool.
Yeah.
Indeed.
And there's no fireplace. I love it.
There is a fireplace, but it's in this corner.
Well, that's fine as long as it's not under the TV.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. That
I will
I
do-
just can't believe how
yeah,
they
I will,
ruined
I
the
will do
roof
a
like that.
betting that someone of Michael and Willie will actually do this. They will just come to this kind of thing that when they move to the US, it just feels natural to them to play.
I've
Well,
been
you
looking at
should have
apartments for quite some time. Oh, that's sexy. 755 with the fucking lab ones.
Oh, I love the
dude.
piano.
Classic
Wow.
sexy. But this is the sort of shenanigans. We're still building. Discord has only been up for about, what is it?
2 weeks.
Not even that.
Yeah, it's
like
been-
10 days.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, because
Since the war-
you announced it last weekend.
yeah,
Oh,
and it was
oh, no.
only up for like 36 hours at that point. So
Yeah.
I'm just spamming the link if you want to join. Also, again, if you want to win this, I'll pick the winner by next show, as in next week. Or if you want the B&O sweatshirt, I'll show
I wonder how many people are watching and want to win this, and now they try to install the Discord and they don't know the fucking Apple ID app, my password.
Well, you can also do it on PC, and you just need an email, and it's not all that encompassing. But since not everybody watches live at when we're live, I thought to myself, I'll give it a week. DM me on Discord, and we'll
Announce it next week.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah,
Because
that's
I mean,
good.
so far, the Discord has been really fun. I see a bunch of people have joined up in the last hour or so, and it's I don't want to
Yeah,
say it, but it's been a bit friendlier than Beer World. Even.
the reason
That's
I
good.
left you were just because of that. Yeah, it wasn't
Probably.
friendly enough.
That is actually one of the reasons that I didn't go to Beer World.
Same here, or left, or
And
didn't
I have
log
to
in.
say, I'm not on the Discord. Steve actually wrote me, I think it was yesterday or 2 days ago. So are you coming into the Discord? And I was just like, nah, I don't need another place to take up all my time. I'll just stay with, because I mean, I'm running the Danish forum, I'm running the YouTube channel in Denmark, so
That's
I
enough.
will when
Then
I
you
get
have a
bored,
kid.
but I mean, I use way too much time anyways on this stupid stuff. So, I mean,
Just
a lot of
just
love,
so
man.
you know, if you post a new video, there is a bot on Discord that will pull the link to Discord, so it'll all be linked to your video, and you have your own BOTF category if you ever want to do anything with it. If Eric, you ever want to recontinue your channel, I'll set the same thing up for you.
The what now? I have a channel. Where?
I mean, your last upload was what? Was it last Christmas or the Christmas before?
Last Christmas.
Eric, I'll send you a video that you can upload.
Yeah, but finally, at my place at least, mostly why I haven't done anything is mostly because stuff hasn't been done properly. It has taken so long time to, the walls in my cinema room to actually look nice. Now
If you're
they actually
mad,
do.
start a channel and post, and people will do stuff quicker, I found.
That's how this started.
Indeed.
So there was a
But,
question
yeah,
in chat, like long scroll times ago, that I forget who asked, but the question was, since, let's get a little bit more positive. What was the first B&O product that made you fall in love with the B&O as a brand? What did it for you? Start with
Beer
Eric.
Sound 3000-ish era stuff.
Mikey?
It's a toss-up between the Avant 32 and the Overture.
And you, Henrik?
Sorry, I'm writing to Peter. What was the question?
What was your first product love of B&O? What made you first think, like, this is
What
amazing?
product made you fall in love with the brand?
I think it was the Avant CRT. Because of
the round screen or the flat screen?
The flat screen.
That is still good looking to this day.
I think it was the flat screen that got me. I took it with a buddy of mine, and we took it up in my. I had a flat screen TV, and I sold that one, and then I bought a CRT screen from Bang & Olufsen Avant, and with the DVD player or
Was it on top?
VHS, I can't remember. And we had to take it up to the 4th floor.
Oh fuck!
Up some stairs, and it was really heavy.
I've carried that is not. That's when the laughter
But
dies.
just think of the mastery of the design there. That they took 80 kilograms, the same as in Horizon now almost, packed it so it looked like a flat screen, while behind it was like more than almost a meter.
Wow, it's like freaking taking a coffin up the stairs with the dead guy actually in it. Like, it's so heavy. It's so
heavy. It
heavy.
looks so good, yeah. So
But yeah,
that's how a TV should, or the MX series of TVs. But yeah,
for me it was the Biosystem 5500, which I essentially got to own, but that was back in Slovakia in 1995, 94 when my buddy's parents gotten it. And I was like, holy fuck, you can skip the needle on the turntable? Like, that was unheard of, right? And then a pair of red lines. And then we moved to Canada. And in 2002, when the store opened, I completely forgotten about the B&O at that point. Like, that's a European brand. It's like Electrolux. You'll never fucking get it here now, right? And the store opened, and I go in, and they had the 9000 with the Lav 1s in it, because that was still the era of that was 1 year before the 5s came out. And this Indian guy comes up, but it was weird because like there was always white guys working there, not to be racist some, right? But it's just fucking Bose. Like, he was literally the Bose guy, right? And he stands in front of me, and how are you doing? I'm gonna go good. I was like, I'm fucking young. I'm 22 years old. And I just, there's an AMB sound next door and the CDs, like there's a huge CD store, right? So I just bought Enigma. Jesus Christ, man, he put that on. I had damn near shit on myself. Like, it was holy fuck. Like, these speakers are so clear. And to this day, yes. And to this day, man, like that was, I'm like, I am going to fucking own this one day. That's when I said to myself that I am going to do that. And the first product that I bought a few years later was the BeoSound 2, the OG BeoSound 2, which is the MP3 player, that little wheel from a rolling blade. Yeah. The headphones in it. It was great.
It's a funny story because that BeoSound 2 was a limited edition, and then they did another BeoSound 2. I'm just fucking.
But yeah, that was that was awesome.
Yeah,
it's yeah, and then that's what sparked the flame, dude. And then
But also for me, when I visited my sister's boyfriend, his apartment at the time was kind of this expert, this brand that did hi-fi and all that. They did a whole kind of apartment with barrels, and it was the MX 6000, it was the Redline, what called 7000, and this 6500
like
system.
An awesome mastering system.
Yeah, and the C60, CX50 in the rear. And for me, this was in 2003 or 2002.
Yeah, this.
And it looked, and it looked modern. It looked brand new, and this stuff was from like 89 or 90, so it was 12 or 10 years then. And for me, it just looks modern, and it kind of still does. And that's kind of the thing with. And the same point in time, I walked by the expert at from my school to my bus station, and walked into this expert store where they had the BeoSound 3000, 3200 at the time. And for me, it's just so very different hi-fi compared to other stuff, and just so amazing.
It looked like nothing else.
A CD player, right? You don't have a CD player that's all kind of Japanese market brands. You have the CD looking at you, and you have this sliding doors. It's something just so very modern and futuristic. Same with the 9000, but that's just so out of my price range that this kind of 3200 or whatever, this was just so perfect for me.
My first B&O purchase were the coasters.
Yeah, the coasters.
That's all I could afford. When they opened the store, I'm like, $34, I can take 2 of these right now. Fucking A. Taking mine home today.
Yeah,
that was my first B&O product, and they gave me a bottle opener because they knew I was fucking hooked for the rest of my goddamn natural life.
The first experience I got was young kid walking into the B&O store. On the other side of the road, there was an electronics store, which has Sony TVs, Samsung TVs, and whatever. And I went over to the B&O store, and I went into the store, and I saw the Lab 5s. And then I was like, the guy was greeting me at the store entrance, said, "Hey, how can I help you?" And I was just like, "I've seen these speakers, and they're really, really nice." And he was just like, "Well, let's go turn them on." And he turned them on. He gave me the remote control, the Beo, was it 4 or was it, I think
1000.
It was Beo 4.
Yeah,
I can't remember, but it was one of those. And then he said, "You just turn up the volume until you don't want to do that anymore." And then he closed the door. And I was just like, I need these speakers when I can afford them.
And that's something special, because it's a story with the Porsche that one kid came into the store and
yeah, exactly.
And the
same story.
like, came what can I do for you? And he's talking all these kind of cars, and he comes back when he's like older and he's have a driver's license and actually buy the car then. So that's kind of that's kind of cool that often this kind of high-end store or something would even kind of look at you as a kid and think of you as a potential buyer even. Why should I demonstrate these kind of products for you? But yeah.
Hey, I went into a store in Copenhagen, and I said I wanted to listen to the Lab 90s, and they looked at me like, you can't afford
this motherfucker out of his mind.
Go somewhere else. And I was just like, what?
I had the same experience in Italy. Like the guys, hi.
Yeah. So
and sat down again. It's
what
like
the cool thing was that when I went to visit Niles in New York at his store, he wasn't at the store when I arrived, and this girl was greeting me, and I didn't tell her who I was or that I had an interview with the owner, and she was just like, so what can I help you with? And she had like these green headphones on. That's why I bought the green headphones, because I thought they were so nice. But I was just like, oh, I'm new in this business, but I would like to see what you can offer. And she was just like, oh, you want to see what we can offer? Come with me. And then she went in and she had the 65-inch Eclipse with the Lab 90s, and then a Shape as a surround speaker on the wall. And she was just like, let's watch Transformers. And I was just like, oh, fuck, this is going to be amazing. And she just cranked up the volume. And then she said, enjoy, and she closed the door.
She threw a diaper in there because you're going shit, boy.
Yeah.
You're going shit.
The most amazing experience ever. And I don't understand why people in all other countries and in every store doesn't do it like that.
I always did that. The first thing, I would walk them through the shop, almost like a museum, give them the spiel on all the products. This is what it does. Yeah.
This is what we can achieve.
Yeah. And they just sort of, you just put more pepper and sauce on it till you sit them down in a theater. At the time, it was 5s with the Lab 9s in the back and Lab 3s at the top and BeoVision 12.
Yeah.
And you turn that on, and it is, and the people just fall apart emotionally sometimes. Like, it's just like, holy fuck, I can't believe this is making that sound. And all of a sudden, sometimes they just walk away and come back, buy something small, but sometimes they buy big, right? And they go and like, I want to do my whole house. We're actually doing a house, and we're looking at it. Yeah, this is the way to do it. And I love huge projects and complex ones too, like when it's really hard to do shit, because then it just,
but you can
it's
already tell,
right?
with our stories, right? Like, these are the good dealers, and it's so easy to pick out the good ones on that first interaction alone. And this is where I personally feel B&O should take much more care, because these people will literally keep the brand alive for the next decade at least.
Yeah.
Because that impact that you can have on a kid, even if he's 5 or even if he's 15, like, I need this. Like, that changes for the brand. And it's amazing. And I think a lot of dealers are, but some dealers maybe not so much. But I don't think B&O really, HQ anyway, has a handle on that yet.
But it's very important to see that every person that steps into your store is a potential buyer, not that just said, nah, he can't afford it.
I never judged the book by its cover until I read it.
Very important.
Because And you know what? And especially in Calgary, this city is very tricky because the richest people dress the shittiest, just on fucking purpose to see how you treat them. And if you treat them, like, I guess today we're all fucking.
We look like the guy from Village People, man. If we walked into the store,
fuck, couldn't even spell YMCA. God damn it. So
but I remember that this is a very high-end car store in Stockholm, and me and my girlfriend Nathan went into the store, and I was just it was a summer, so I was in a washed-out t-shirt and nothing special, but still they treated us as some kind of Instagram, YouTube, newly rich people, and they were just come here and check out the new kind of Lamborghini and
Yeah,
McLaren and all that.
but that's kind of funny that you're saying Lamborghini, Eric, because Lamborghini has this rule of thumb that they have to, if you come in, they have to have the same kind of appearance as if you come in with sweatpants on or in a suit. They need to greet you the same way. If you don't do that, you'll get fired. That's how it is in the. It's a Lamborghini
store, but
code.
yeah, maybe
It's a
same.
code of conduct.
Yeah.
So that, and I really like that.
Yeah, me too. I mean, everyone can have money. It just depends on what you
No,
spend
but
on.
it's also like I've sold a lot of B&O in the shop because of how passionate I was about the product too. When it comes to I believe in it, right? I own it. I have it in the house, and it just works. And what I liked about that is that when people start asking you weird questions, right? Like, what about this? Try to hook you on shit, and they can't fucking catch you because I know how this works. I have it in my house. I know the ins and outs of it. I've read the Masterling Handbook fucking 3 times. Bitch, you can't bury me with your questions. And those
I have
are
an
the
answer
people
for
that
everything.
I have an answer for everything, and yeah, like I do. And people see that as like, yeah, we'll do the system.
But the stuff that I really like going to my local dealer is just the nerd ourselves down in oh, have you seen this movie with these kind of speakers? Have you seen this kind of speakers and this? I mean, let me show you this. I mean, the nerdiness of just the tech talk of just that stuff.
But that's the beauty of it. And quite honestly, like when I used to go to the shop every Saturday, I would bring fucking sandwiches for lunch, and here you guys go, right? And we just sit down, hang out, and I'd hear them sell, and
you
I'm
can even
like,
start
fuck,
talking
man,
to other
like
customers in this. Yeah, it just you
oh,
often have
dude,
so much
like if
more
we've
in
done
common
it,
than
I've done a lot of that.
Here, anecdote from Max. He said when he was 16, B&O let him and a group of teenagers listen to 90s for ages. I mean, I asked, did it change your perception on the brand? Totally. They all have BLA 20s now, and they're at university.
Yeah.
I mean, that's literally Halo product, have fun, free money, more or less.
Yeah.
If you want to be like the cold-hearted businessman about it. I mean, that's fantastic. I bet you had a blast. They probably had a good time as well. I mean, after all, you're their new customers.
Exactly. The kid who's walking inside the shop, he's 15, 14 years old. He wants to maybe buy a pair of headphones because he have gathered the money, but don't stop there. Show him what you can do. Show him the unfoldable TV. Show him the TV that comes out from the wall. Show him what you can do. Show the magic.
Show him the 90s. That on its own is an experience I would almost compare to bungee jumping. You'll never forget it. You will never forget the first time you heard the 90s with the song you wanted to hear at the level you wanted.
You don't forget your 90s. I mean, the first time.
That's,
You don't forget your first pair.
No.
No, you don't. And it's just...
It's a real two-hander like that.
Ooh, yes.
For me, it was a complete, like, just dip in a fucking Kool-Aid because I heard them for the first time in Denmark, right? On the 90th birthday of the B&O, and it was very, very special. It was special enough to say that, you know what, I'll do whatever the fuck I can to make enough money to buy these.
Have you guys seen Why Be a Menace to Society while drinking juice in the hood?
No.
You're drinking what?
Okay. Then I had a joke, but it's not funny now.
Come again. Menace to Society.
It's about this dude who walks around and he wants to do a blowjob on other guys, and he wants money for it so he can buy stuff, and then he tries to sell off some cheeseburgers and stuff at the end. So, but it's not funny if you haven't seen the movie.
This almost sounds like a Dave Chappelle skit from back in the Comedy Central days.
It's the Marlon brothers, the Wayans brothers, Wayans brothers.
Fuck. That's funny.
Yeah, it is. It's a funny movie.
It's about that time, ladies and gentlemen. I think I'm gonna have to call it. keep your eye out on the Dutch side of Discord, because eventually I'll try and set up a small meetup at my dealer, and we can blast speakers and that sort of thing. And,
Cool.
but I'm not entirely sure when yet, due to some personal circumstances. But anyway, you'll figure it out there. Also, if you want
got personal life, what the fuck, man?
I do, yes. I didn't sign up for this, but I got one. If you want to win the gold opener, send me a DM on Discord as well. Chat links are down below and in the chat. Or if you want to win the Beano sweatshirt.
There you go. And overall, guys, thanks for hanging out for 200 episodes, man. This is I've never thought that I would be sitting in now empty apartment, moving to States. My last
I
time
thought
here.
that I would sit here in 200 episodes,
good times.
but with 15 watchers, 15 people watching
And-
instead of like now.
And thank you guys for inviting me into your stupid ass universe. So
Thank you for joining.
Or Scandinavians.
That's right. It benefits all of us, man.
I mean, it's fun.
Massive thank you to
It is.
you three for sticking around this long. I never
And much
thought it
thanks
would
to
be this.
you, as actually the person who started it all and kept going and
Wow.
actually do this kind of hard work that we now know.
We
has been-
we need to know one thing, Mikey.
Sure.
We are at episode 200.
Uh-huh.
So for the past 3 months, how has your 50s been acting up?
Not at all.
So
Perfectly.
there just works.
Yeah.
Cool. That's our last podcast. See you guys.
Pro tip,
never.
that's the last podcast. See you later. Good night.
In that case, bye. Bye. Thank you,
Bye.
Prestige, and thank you again, Raul. Bye.
You know, when this long night will fade away, and we go back to our old ways, two perfect strangers in the skies. When the sun is going to stretch its sounds on the road, turn us again with his shrill call into perfect strangers in disguise. But until then,